Hello everyone, welcome back to Tricks and Codes. In the last video, we have discussed how can we integrate TinyMCE to our React. And if you see here, we can able to add the images using the URL format only. But we are not able to add or upload the image from our local desktop. So today in this video, we are going to see how can we add the images from our local desktop using the TinyMCE. So if you want to see more such videos from this channel, your thumbs up, comment and subscription gives us motivation to do more such kind of informative videos. And it will be very helpful if you share this video to your friends who are very interested in learning web development. Now let's go and begin our video. Before we start our video, I am letting you know that I have made few changes in the code. I have changed the alignment of the plugins. Initially they were horizontal and now I made them vertical. Also, the functional component of fn is moved to the arrow function. If you want the exact code also, I have created a blog integrating image uploading with TinyMCE in React and Spring Boot. Please check the description below and find the link for the blog. Okay, now in the React component, to handle the image upload, I am adding the image upload handler and passing the handle image upload function to it. If you see, as of now, we don't have this handle image upload function. So I am adding the handle image upload function on the top of this return statement. Const handle image upload equal to braces and pass the arrow function to it. Okay, that's perfect. We have added the function. Now let's go to the Spring Boot project. Here I have already created a Spring Boot project called image upload. If you see the pom.xml file, I have added only the Spring Web dependency and the Lombok dependency. You can add your required dependencies as per your project requirements. Now let's go and create a controller class. I am naming the controller class as image upload controller. For the better viewing experience, I am zooming the video frame. And to make this class as a controller, I am giving the @controller annotation and @request mapping to accept the request from the client. Now I am quickly creating a method called public response entity and the return type as object and giving the method name as upload image. And I am passing the @request parameter annotation, and in the braces I am giving the image as the reference name. Using a multi-part file, which is actually an Spring Boot interface that represents a file upload and passing the object as a file. I think I need to change the double quotations. Yeah, that's fine. Now I'm just returning the null to avoid these error messages. And now let's build this method. First, we need to check whether the file exists or not. So I am using the if statement, and here to check that I am passing the file.isEmpty method, and then we will return a new response entity with the body of image does not found. Please upload the image. And here we need to pass the http status dot bad request. Okay, this is the if condition. If else, we will perform the original activity. I am giving the try catch block here. Now let's go and extract the original file name from the image file. I am passing the string file name is equal to string utils dot clean path, which will actually helps us in removing any potential harmful characters in the file name and will sanitize the name. Okay, now we need to pass the file.get original file name. So that's it. From this line, we can extract the original file name from the image. Now we need to upload this image to a certain path. So where we can find that path actually? Don't worry, we will quickly go and create the path. Now here, we are declaring the variable that holds the unchangeable address of the image location. For that, I am giving the private static final string, and with the bold letters, I am giving the name as upload directory, which is equals to system dot get properties and passing with the double quotes user.directory and here plus the location. So we don't have the location, right? So to have the location, I'm just going to src and main, and then under resources, I'm going to create a folder called images. Okay, that's it. We have created the location. Now here we will add the location which we add the images folder before. src main resources images. Okay, by this our unchangeable upload directory is created. Now let's go to the method and we'll type path and passing the upload path as the variable name equal to paths.get, and I am passing the upload directory over here and dot resolve the file name. Now we need to copy the image to the directory using the files.copy function, and in this function we need three parameters: the input stream from the file which we are uploading, and the uploading path which is already exist, and now the option to replace the existing file if that is exist in the location. So for that I am passing standard copy option dot replace existing. So that's it, we have completed copying the file. Now we need to generate the URL for the image. To generate the URL, I am giving string image URL is equal to servlet URI components builder dot from current context path, which is used to get the current servlet context path by accessing the uploaded image. Now we need to pass the URLs. I am passing it as dot path uploads and dot path file name, and we need the final thing dot to URI string, which will help us in converting the constructed URL to a string. Okay, we have successfully created the URL for the image. Now we need to find the width and height of the uploaded image. For that, I am creating the two methods. First one is public int get image width and passing the parameters as path image path, and I am giving the try catch block here. I am using image IO class which is a Java image IO API dot read, which will read the image file here. So I am passing image path dot to file which will convert the path object of image path file to a file. Now this will return a buffered image, and I am giving the reference name as image. For this image we can able to get the width from the image, and I am returning it. In the catch block, I am passing the exception handler and returning the 0 value. Now copy the same method for finding the height as well. Here we need to change the method name, and here we need to return the height of that image. Okay, we have successfully created two methods. Now we need to call these methods from the upload image method. For that I am giving here int width is equal to get image width and passing the upload path over here, and int height is equal to get image height and the uploaded path. Okay, we have successfully got the URL, height and the width of the image, but we need to send this object in a JSON format. So for that we need to actually have a class. So for that I am creating a static class with static class, and I am giving the class name as uploaded image, and I am passing the parameters as private final string src, private final string alt, private final int width, private final int height. And now I am passing at the rate data annotation to represent this data, and also passing non-argument constructors, all argument constructor, and setters, not this one, setter, and at the rate getter annotation on the top. We are getting the error, so I'm removing the non-argument constructor over here. Just remove that. Okay, that's fine. And okay, we have successfully created this class. So let's pass this in the upload image method. Uploaded image, and passing the name as uploaded image is equal to new uploaded image. I am passing the image URL as src and the file name as ald, width and the height, which we found from the image. Okay, that's fine. And now we will return this object. Return new response entity dot non dot. We need to pass the object uploaded image and http status dot okay. So that's it. We have created the uploaded image method, and I am passing the exception handling in the catch block, and I am removing the return null. And here on the top I am adding the @post mapping on the top, because we are sending the data, and that means this is the post mapping. And I am passing the endpoint as upload/image. That is the endpoint, and that's it. Now I am adding other method to save the file in the correct required format for the front end. So I am passing public response entity with the data type of resource, which represents the file to be served. And I am giving the method name as serve file, and passing the @path variable string file name. So this method is a type of get. I am passing the @get annotation on the top of this method, which is the endpoints which we given initially to generate the URL, which is uploads and the file name. But how can we find the file name? It is generating automatically, right? So for that, we need to follow certain process for the dynamic file name. We need to give the curly braces, and inside we need to give the reference name, which represents the part of the URL path. I am giving it as file name. I am giving the semicolon. So this indicates the beginning of the regex pattern for the path URLs, and dot, this matches any characters except for a line terminators. And another one is to pass the plus. This quantifier specifies that the preceding pattern should match one or more times. In other words, to ensure the path variable captured at least one character of the file name. Now we need to get the file path. For that I am using path file path is equal to paths dot get upload directory dot resolve with its file name, and we need to normalize the file name, since that will be in a format of URL. So now we need to add the try catch block. I am creating a resource object here and passing the reference name as resource is equal to new URL resource representing the file located at the specified URL. Okay, we are getting the error, and I am adding a cache of the resource. That's fine. And we might have a chance of getting the malforce URL exception here, which may occur during the creation of the URL resource. So for that, I am passing the malforce URL exception here, and I am throwing the runtime exception with file not found message, passing the file name. Okay. Now we need to check whether the resource is available or not. For that, I am using if statement. Okay, we need to put this resource object outside the try catch block. Okay, I'm putting it. In the if statement, I am passing resource dot exist, and resource is readable, but we need to pass not exist or not readable, right? So okay, let's add. And why it is getting the error, let's go and see. It is the wrong import of the resource. I'm removing it quickly and adding the correct package of the resource. Now remove these resource bindings. Okay, that's fine. And we are throwing the same exception. I'm just copying that and pasting here. If the resource doesn't exist and if the resource is not readable, we are throwing the runtime exception here. That's fine. And we need to have the HTTP headers. So I am passing the HTTP headers, and reference name as headers is equal to new HTTP headers. I might imported it wrongly. Just copy this and cut it where that import. Just paste it over here. Yeah, just okay. That's fine. We have added the correct imports here. Now we need to set the headers dot set content type. Headers dot set content type is equal to media type dot image png. Okay, that's fine. And here we need to return the resource entity is okay. I'm just removing that dot okay, and I'm passing the headers and the same headers dot the body as the resource, and that's it. We have created this serve file method as well successfully. Now let's save and let's go to the image upload application.java file and click the right click and run as Spring Boot application. Okay, if you see here, our project has started successfully in the port 8080. And now let's go to Visual Studio and let's edit the front end. Okay, in the Visual Studio, here we need to modify our handle image uploader function. I am passing the parameter as blob info. Don't get confused what is this blob info. This is actually the representation of an image in a blob, which will contains the file name and the binary data of that image. Now inside this method, we are returning a new promise. Don't get confused what is this promise. I will explain you simply. Usually in a JavaScript, the promise object represents the eventual completion or a failure of an asynchronous operation. Now let's consider a real-time example. When a person gives a promise to the other person, there are two chances here. Assume that the person who gives the promise is a nice and a genuine person, then he will usually try to maintain his promise and will complete the promise without the fail. Suppose if that person is a cheater, then by his nature, he will try to break the promise, right? So likewise, in the JavaScript, the promise object represents the eventual completion or a failure of an asynchronous operation. Now let's get back to our code. Here, we need to return the new promise, which is actually a constructor and which will contains two parameters, resolve and the reject. And now inside this constructor, I am creating a form data object. Const form data is equal to new form data. And then I am passing form data dot append image as the reference name and the blob info dot blob and comma blob info dot file name. Now I am creating a const config over here is equal to headers colon, and I am passing the content type as media part form data, media part slash form data. So this is actually a config required while sending the data to the Spring Boot. And now we need to send the data to the Spring Boot, right? How can we send that? So to send the data, we actually need an Reactjs package over here. So to have this package, let's go to the new terminal and let's type the command npm install Reactjs. It will take some time to install the package. Please be patient for some time. See, our package has successfully installed. Let's go to the package log.json file and we can able to see the Axios over here. That means this is successfully installed. Now go to the fn editor.js component and we need to import the Axios here from Axios, and we are passing axios.post and the URL http://localhost:8080, the endpoint of the URL, upload/image. Now we need to send the form data, and I am sending the config here and also the response type as the JSON. And after that dot, then we will get the response side from the backend. So I am passing response followed by an arrow function, and we need to check if the response is present and if the response dot data is present in the response. So for that, I am passing the if statement to check that and passing the response and response dot data. If that presents, const image data is equal to response data, and I am passing the const URL is equal to image data.src, which is the URL which we have given in the Spring Boot. So when we find that URL, we need to resolve this promise, right? So I am passing the resolve and under that the image URL. If that response doesn't found, we need to pass the catch over here, dot catch, and we need to pass the error. And here I am passing the reject because we don't find the response, and under the reject I am passing image upload failed message over here, and that's it. We need to save this component. Okay, we are finding some error. What happened? This Axios. Okay, I think I have forgotten to give the single quotes of for the Axios here. So that's it, and let's save the file. Okay. Right. Hot. Yeah, dot then, and let's save the file and see it is compiled successfully. Okay, and if we try to upload the image, we can able to see the upload option over here. Click on that, and we can able to browse from the local desktop. And I am selecting the one file, image file, and let's try to save this. See, we got the image successfully, which is uploaded from the laptop, from the PC, or from the local machine. So we can try to adjust the size of this image if you want. If you want to increase that, we can able to increase that. So now let's go to the Spring Boot and let's see whether we got the image successfully over there or not. So if you see in the images directory, we can able to see the image which we have uploaded. So that means the image has successfully uploaded in the backend as well. So that's it. Finally, we have came to the end of this video, and that's it for the video, guys. If you like this video, hit the like button and comment, share, subscribe to our channel. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.